Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. Alright? We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. Alright, now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, first and foremost, shout out to Corporate Cartel Media for the interview he recently did with Tay 600 aka Tay Capone. Honestly, I always enjoy watching Tay Capone's interviews because he's one of the few guys that you could tell are actually genuine when he speaks on certain things. I got a couple guys in that category like FBG Young, FBG Dutchy, and I can't really think of any more, but those are like the top three that when they put out something, I actually watch and I know that they're going to be genuine about it. Now, whether Tay Capone is speaking on his ops or his own affiliates, I feel he keeps it genuine. He don't try to overhype things or make himself seem like the biggest gangster there is, like a lot of guys do when they telling stories in interviews. So it's easier to believe him when he's explaining situations that he was a part of when it comes to the drill scene. So on that note, he was asked about how he feels based on what's going on in Chicago in regards to everyone suddenly pushing peace and wanting to push peace now. Now it seems like everyone these days are acting like they're all for it and they're all with it, but their actions show different. As we already see, FYB J-Man getting on No Jumper, calling out King Yella and Ruger, saying that they are fake friends and just riding his wave. However, I wanted to highlight Tay Capone's opinion on it because I feel we share the same viewpoint on it, whereas we're not against pushing peace, but if you're really going to push peace, then be genuine about it. Simple. And that's the same vibe that I get from him. Now, a few people sat there and called themselves calling me out and saying I was instigating beef when I agreed with 600 Breezy about him not wanting to sit down and make peace with King Yella. His main reason was the fact that him and King Yella really didn't even have beef with each other, but instead, Yella insisted on involving himself in these guys' beef due to the people that he were affiliated with, which in a nutshell, Yella was picking sides. So Breezy stated that these guys really didn't even have beef in the first place, so to be sitting down with each other, it wouldn't do anything for Chicago. Not only did I agree with that, but from my viewpoint, I feel that the fact that these guys really didn't even have real beef with each other, and let's say God forbid 600 Breezy lost his life, it would have been all over nothing. Because they didn't even have real beef to begin with. So why would I want to sit down with you, especially when a couple of months ago, King Yella was just saying that he coulda, woulda, and shoulda did something to him when him and Billionaire Black caught him in the mall. So he's right. We don't need to sit down and make peace. We could just keep it cordial like we've been doing, keep our distance, and coexist just like that. Because clearly it was never beef from the beginning anyway. And to further what Breezy said, Tay Capone confirmed it as well, and he said,
like, bro, that pushing peace all sounds great. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's rooting for it, bro. But that's in the streets and all that, bro. Like this way deeper than what it's making. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people like to act like, and this is why I just, cause I've been on that both sides of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a guy who did what he did and got a little old and like ready to like a be-wit, calm down, but also being a young that like you can't tell who that just gonna put his work in and step on and stand on business. Like, I've been on that both ends of that, and it's like, bro, first of all, people like peace ain't something that just wake up and decide to do, bro. Like, if you really gonna act like it's street politics, bro, like, y'all know what really go with it. First of all, you just can't have sitting down. And this is one thing I do agree with Breezy about. You can't have meaningless sit downs. Right. Like, Yella and Breezy sit down personally probably does something between the two. But as far as a citywide thing, which what Breezy was referring to, it does nothing. Because it's really not, the beef not really with Yella. You know what I'm saying? Like, I told you in the interview, like, Yella really, like, it was only like what it was because who you hung with, you know what I'm saying? It was never a direct thing, like, you know, like, y'all a cool motherfucker dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing with him, really, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that was, they inserted him in, or he inserted himself in, but it was, we can't, like, you know what I'm saying? So that sit down wouldn't stop no BD, GD, you know what I'm saying? And
now, pay attention to what Capone said. He said he'd been on two sides of the spectrum where you done got older in the drill scene and you would like for things to calm down and just live your life. But then it's the other side where you're young, turned up, and you can't say nothing to him. That same kid remembers you dissing their dead family members or friends, right? They remember the diss songs. They remember how their mother looked when she got the news that her son wasn't coming home anymore. They remember how they felt when they had to watch you troll their deceased family or friend. So this is why I keep expressing that these guys lost people. It's not like it was just diss songs or just fist fights that these guys lost. No, they really lost people that they'll never get back to the streets. So I'm not saying that you can't push peace, but what I am saying is be more realistic. Be logical. Be patient. Stop trying to bash everyone that's not with pushing peace right now just because you reached the level of maturity where you feel like you don't want to do it anymore. Right? Everyone's not going to be on it just because you are. Give them time to see things differently for themselves instead of bashing. Find ways to make them want to make peace and probably make it lucrative in some way for them. You know, something. Be creative, because it's going to take more than just words to convince these kids to push peace, especially if they witness you push destruction at some point in time. You know, and it amazes me how these guys done caused destruction for 10 plus years, but think they're going to get peace out of everyone in just a matter of weeks or even months. You know, it don't work like that. Now, another thing Tay mentioned that made a lot of sense was the quote, meaningless sit down. As stated, King Yella and Breezy sitting down, that'll probably change something for them personally, but it wouldn't be enough to create the big change that these guys claim they're looking for. A sit down that'll be a little more meaningful would be a Chief Keef and Ruger, or a Lil Durk and Ruger, or Lil Durk and any GD at this point, because Durk alone is a big enough figure in Chicago that has the influence to persuade the mentality of the youth. If he's going to be the voice, as he says, then he'll have to put that voice to use. And I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, right? I don't know if guys actually do talk to Durk or not. But for all the OGs and people that say they want peace, I don't know why I don't see anyone publicly calling out Lil Durk. They know he got influence. They know he can make something happen. So why nobody calls him out to make that move? But 9 times out of 10, nobody wants to be that guy to jeopardize their relationship with Durk by doing such a thing. So that's why we never see it. And I'm not talking about the piece where they say they're going to stop dissing this and that one, and the next thing you know, they do it again in the future, or their homeboy still happens to diss. Because that's another thing. If you're going to push peace, everyone who you affiliate yourself with has to be on the same page. Because if not, they're going to make you look crazy. They're going to make you look like you're contradicting yourself because you're still hanging around people that's dissing when you're trying to quote unquote push peace. So you either have to disassociate yourself with whoever isn't on the same type of time as you, or get all of them guys on the same page. And to be honest with you, that's probably going to be the hardest part. But nonetheless, I do hope these guys get it together and get it to where people losing their lives and beefing between each other for nothing is no longer a thing. We just have to give the kids something better to look up to. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but a lot of damage has been done throughout the years, so it's going to take just as long to get everything under control and, somewhat in a good direction. So once again, I want to know what y'all feel about Tay Capone and his response when it comes to pushing peace. Let us know in the comments below. I'm going to also leave a link to the full video clip pinned in the comments that you guys can check out over there at Corporate Cartel Media. So check them guys out over there as well, man. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.